Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy Cat Crypto here. So let's dive into an update specifically on burns. As you can see from the title of the video, Allnodes have sent their first burn. And we all knew this was coming because they made the announcement saying they would be raising their commission rate and they would be burning that commission rate until the end of the year. And we didn't know if it was going to be at the end of the year, weekly, monthly or whatever, but what we do know is we have had that burn. So hopefully it's weekly on a Monday, which, you know, what better way to start your Monday? And I think this is something that our community has nailed quite well, is making Mondays a little bit better for everyone, because we have Binance that also burns. So before we start browsing over that, I want you guys to just sit and absorb the fact that if they raise their commission rate from 0% to 5%, okay, this is how much they've earned during that time in rewards. So that is no small amount for a validator to just go and burn, be it Allnodes, the top validator, or not. And the reason why they're able to do this is because of the simple fact is they actually sell nodes, they rent nodes to people. They're a huge supplier of nodes across the board for so many different blockchains. It's not just the Lunar Classic community, and you can see this on the Allnodes website, but 56 million Lunar Classic coins right now is a serious amount of money. It's literally no small amount by any means. So huge shout out to Allnodes, the team over there, for taking it upon themselves to get rid of the 0% commission rates, because they're a plague on this community, in my opinion. And a lot of other people will agree with me. And then, you know, just burning until the end of the year for me is enough. And everybody seems to be doing their part in that sense. And like I said, it makes Mondays all that much better if they do continue to do their burns on a Monday. So Binance are going to do their burn today. We don't know if it's going to be more or less. And all of the maths that we've used previously to figure things out just don't work. So there's things that we are not seeing. There's things that are obviously hidden from us that we can't attribute to the maths we're applying. So I'm not going to be doing, you know, more or less. It could be this much, it could be that much. I'm just going to go with the flow and say to you guys, it could be more, it could be less, but just appreciate the fact that a CEX is burning coins for our community. Okay, they're not doing it for SHIB. They're not doing it for, well, they do it for their own BNB chain, Binance coin, so to speak. But they're not doing it for any, and there are loads of coins that rely on doing burns, so to speak. It's not just, you know, the ones that we talk about. There are a lot more, but you just don't see this kind of support anywhere else. And I think we should appreciate the good times when they're good, because bad things can always happen and they could take it away at any point. And we always need to make sure we are appreciative of exactly what they're doing and understanding that they're making a huge sacrifice to, you know, help us. Even if they're going to help their own bag, they're still helping hundreds of thousands of other people in this community. So always do appreciate that. Always be polite, even if, you know, they burn 2 billion. It doesn't matter, because it's 2 billion more than we wouldn't have burned if they weren't doing it. So what I want to do now is go over to proposition, I want to get this right, 5234, got so many numbers of these proposals. And this one's a passer. It's going to pass, and we'll go over to when exactly it's going to land. It's going to end in 8 hours. And I think even with like all of the other validators say teaming up and voting no, I think it still would go through. So I think this one's dead set certain. So good things to take away from this, in my opinion, is CEXs might be more inclined to actually get on board, because the tax in itself is actually lower, and they'll sit there and go, well, we can actually get a lot of good traction from doing this, and it's not actually a huge tax. And then it might actually lead to getting it on all transactions across the board on all of these exchanges that agreed to withdrawals and deposits. As to these 11 exchanges that did agree to that, I think it was around 13. I don't know how many of them are actually doing it. So that's something we need to look into a little bit more. But there's also going to be 10% set aside for financing the ecosystem infrastructure and contributors. And I think this goes to the community pool from what I'm aware. And you can make a community pool proposal to deal with that, so to speak. So I think it's really good. Everything's moving along, and there's never a shortage of ideas in this community. And I think this is something that really puts us aside from other communities, is that everybody wants to get involved and everybody wants to help fix something. And this is amazing. What more could we ask from our community? Because when you buy another coin, it's kind of like you buy the coin, you sit on it. Okay, you can stake coins, you can do these other things, but can you really sway and say the future movements of that coin? Yeah, not really. Whereas, someone's taken it upon themselves to make a parameter change as to which this will be automatic. So it ends in 8 hours, as you can see. And then we have got, if we go to the dashboard, it's going to land on the next epoch. And the next epoch is on the 19th of this month. So you've got less than 48 hours until that goes into play. So it's going to be pretty much a quick one. It will land very fast. And going back to the top burners, I think we might even have crushed it. No, we're so close to crushing 20 billion coins burnt, and I'm super stoked about this. And then Edward Kim made a great tweet, I think this morning, or maybe whilst I was sleeping during the night because of time zones. And he's saying he's proposing a Terra Classic grants program to attract new utility to the chain while providing accountability for community spending. Please share your thoughts on this Agora post. So guys, if you haven't shared your thoughts on it, do go over, do have a say. You do count, you do, you can, like I said, you can have a say and sway in everything. You just got to voice your concerns. And I think this is great because we're currently building out 2 projects, and it's literally just, it's the HCC factory team is so small, like so small. There is literally 3 of us now because one of us decided, wanted to go off and do something else, which I totally get and understand. And we wish him all the best. But, we're a small team in ourselves, and I can imagine other teams are like this as well. And, funding could go a long way for different people. Depending on what those projects are, they could get vetted. We could have a different projects like kind of tab on the Terra station, kind of like how we have the NFT marketplace system. And I think this needs correcting. I think Lunar Punks needs to get on here, but it's all if bucks and coconuts. And I always do put this forward. I've put this forward many of times, but it's all having manpower, resources, financial support and stuff like that. But I think we're getting to a point now where Terra Rebels are going to be able to start hiring staff. And they can figure out a business model, a DAO, however they're going to do it, and then figure out paychecks for people, because I think it's important we understand where funding's going on things. I think we have the right to know that as a community, and I think this was kind of why everyone was a little bit more or less upset about the Nebuleo thing, because choices have been made without consulting the community first. But guys, let me know what you think about the Binance burn. Very simple answers, more or less, in the comment section. I will check it out, and then we'll cover the burn later on this evening. Guys, have a really nice day. Stay safe, and just beware of scammers. I'm not a financial advisor. I'll catch you in the next one.